In this module, we will talk about residual value. We will also learn a different valuation technique called valuation with multiples. It will be convenient at this point to summarize what we have learned in this course so far. We are learning how to value a firm. Recall the market value balance sheet we saw in Module 1. We start by estimating the value of the operating assets and of the non-operating assets. The value of the operating assets, or as it is often called, the enterprise value, is the present value of the free cash flows. The value of the non-operating assets is computed separately. The most common non-operating asset is cash. Value in cash is straightforward. The value of $1 of cash is, well, $1. Once we have the value of the operating and non-operating assets, we can add them together to obtain what is called the value of the firm. If you are interested in the value of equity, or as it is sometimes called, the market capitalization of the firm, you simply subtract the amount of debt in the firm today. The critical step in the process I just described is finding the present value of the free cash flows. We learned that the free cash flows are the cash flows generated from operations minus investment in net fixed assets and operating working capital. The tricky part of computing the present value of the free cash flows is actually estimating what the free cash flows are going to be in the future. This is the part of the valuation exercise where having a deep understanding of the firm really pays off. In the last module, we described this process using the Manoa example. We estimated the free cash flow for 1 year into the future. However, we can repeat the same process for years 2, 3, 4, etc. While in theory, we can continue with this process forever, in practice, we only estimate the free cash flows for a couple of years into the future. The reason is that our ability to forecast future cash flows diminishes with time. While I can have an idea about what accounts receivable days on hand will be for the next 3 to 5 years, it is going to be very difficult for me to say what accounts receivable days on hand are going to be in 25 years. Therefore, to estimate the present value of the free cash flows, we are going to proceed as follows. First, we will estimate the free cash flows for a number of years, say 3 to 5 years into the future, following the process we described in the last module. We call these free cash flows the non-terminal free cash flows. Next, we will take the present value of these cash flows. The present value of the terminal cash flows, that is the cash flows beyond the explicit forecasting period, is called the residual value of the firm. This is the topic of this module, and we will see different approaches to estimate this residual value. The formulas that we will learn today can also be used on their own to find the value of the firm directly. I will explain to you how this is done when we talk about valuation with multiples.